Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Indian Racing League. This is Division 1, and this time around, this weekend, we are at Paul Ricard Circuit in France. We should be getting underway pretty soon. As you can see, the timer is down to less than 10 seconds. So we should be getting underway pretty soon. Almost a full grid, 19 drivers. One driver could not join because of technical issues. So it should be a fun race, and let's see if it is anything like the Division 2 race yesterday, where we had no safety cars, we had no retirements, and it was a pretty clean race overall. There were still a few incidents on the track, but still it was a pretty clean race flag wise and DNF wise. But either ways, Shah 2224 is my co-commentator. He will be joining the comms box pretty soon, and we shall be taking you through all the live action tonight in this round 14 of 17 of the Division 1, and with both championships yet to be decided, it should be a good race. Alright, hello Sid, hello Stuart, how are you doing? How's your weekend going? Let me know if I'm audible on the stream. Shah will join us pretty soon. And it is dry qualifying in France. So let's see what the drivers have in store, and let's also see what kind of lap times we have for the pole position. You can see Tanishbhi Kiran is the only driver so far who has selected the mediums, but we will see a few soon enough. Just Jin has selected mediums, Azun as usual on the intermediate tires, so that is not going to be a representative lap time at all. And I think there is one Alpine leaving the pits, or maybe a Williams. The colors are confusing, so we'll know soon enough who's on the outlap, and it is going to be Tanishbhi Kiran in the Alpine, one of the first drivers, or rather the first driver out on track, and our race winner from Mexico last weekend. So what a race that was from Tanish. Beautifully made a couple of overtakes, had a decent first lap to gain positions, and then had a really good race despite his 6 seconds of time penalties. I think he still did a very good job to keep it in P1. So let's see what he has in store today. He has shown tremendous racecraft in the final or the last few weeks when he has rejoined the league, and as I say that, I think Shah has joined us. Shah, hello, how are you doing?
Hello Malav, and hello everyone watching the stream. I'm doing great, Malav. How are you doing?
I'm good, and well, just talk us through a race yesterday. You made a mistake, and that was a pretty good recovery drive from back of the grid to P5. Just talk us through what happened, and it was a pretty clean race, at least, because everyone finished, but I think there were still a few incidents. So what's your take on it?
So it was pretty interesting. I was going for a one-stopper, and the strategy was from going from mediums to the hards. So since I was gonna do a mediums to hards, I was expecting to just do one last run on medium, so that way I save my tires and I just get to do one chance. So I went out, and the time I said wasn't good. I think I was P15 with those mediums, and then I wasn't happy with that, so I thought maybe I should go on softs. I went on the softs, I invalidated, and then I just had to start from P15. I had a very good start at the race. I was P7, I think, at the end of almost the first sector, but then I had this incident where I lost the rear end of my car, and luckily I didn't crash out. If not, I would have had major wing damage, or I would have DNF. But then after that, I kept it clean, kept on going, and then I made that one stopper work, and I finished P5. I was in fact I was P20 at the end of first lap, but I had a good race, no incidents. Everybody kept it clean, so I'm quite happy with all of us in the division.
Yeah, I think probably while Caesar is yet to confirm that, but that was probably the first race we had in history or IRL history in 5 seasons where there was no safety car, no virtual safety car, and no DNFs. You want to go on board with Utkarsha, who's in P14. Well, no lap times have been set yet, but Utkarsh is the reserve driver for the day. So let's go on board with him, and you can take us through the final 2 sectors of this lap.
So now it's just flat out, and this is where I actually lost the rear end of my car.
Yeah, this is the car.
It's just straight. But I was trying to make a move on my teammate, but I think I went in too hot and then I lost my ride. You got to be very good at the braking, take enough curb. Here are chances where you could invalidate your lap. He kept it clean, and it's flat out. And this is a very fast right-hander which he's approaching. So you got to keep it clean. Make sure you don't lose a lot of speed through that. And I think this is the most trickiest part of the racetrack, where you have to nail your braking. I think even you were struggling with this when we were practicing last week, right? Like
yeah, I was. This corner, it felt very different from last year's game for some reason. Maybe the downforce is something which I'm still not used to.
Changed. And now he just has to, keep it clean at these corners, carry as much as speed he can, stick to the outside, because then that way you save a lot of time. You don't go towards inside of the track. And Utkarsh does a good job, and he is P2. So
yeah, 31.7.
But just when I say Tanish, I say Epic Brothers is put a very good time. That's
yeah, and Racing Gupta will be the next car to cross the line, and he goes P6. That's a slow lap, and that probably would have been his second out lap. So let's go on board with Racing Gupta now, and let me just take everyone through this lap, because this could be one of the faster lap times he sets in this session as he approaches the very tricky part of the circuit, probably the slowest part of the circuit on this corner here. Navigates it rather nicely, then shifting up to, no, he doesn't short shift actually, but it puts a purple first sector and then on the back straight. This is where he will probably gain time if he's running the downforce lesser than other cars, and just one braking zone now in this sector, and that's approaching right about now. Goes down to third gear and then will short shift to fourth on the exit. That was a clean exit, but probably missed some of the apex just at the right hander there, but no harm done. He's definitely improving. You can see on the top right 3.5 seconds of improvement. Flat out corner, that's the right hander, and then this is where you gain a lot of time if you have a good stable car which does what you ask it to do. That was rather nice from Racing Gupta. Goes down to the fourth gear, a little bit wide on the apex there, but still keeps it within track limits. And then upcoming is facing some difficulties, I think, with his steering. I could see a little bit corrections there. Again a little bit wide, so he's not hitting the apexes as he usually does, Racing Gupta, and he's weaving across the line, so he does not want this to be a representative lap time, and that's 33.1. Definitely going to improve on that as we are watching Caesar, and he has eliminated his lap time, so that's not going to happen. VFX is in the pits.
Sumer is one of the drivers who is on the mediums. So
yeah, Sumer is on the mediums.
Thinking of this one-stopper strat where you would want to go from mediums to hards, and so is Nishan. I think probably Nishan hasn't come out yet. He's going to come out at the very last few minutes. That way the track is gripped up enough, and he gets this one chance to set a fast lap.
Absolutely. I'm watching Ashwin Lakhwani here. I'm not sure if this is an actual good lap or not. He's staying to the left of the track, so it could be a representative lap time. Across the line goes Ashwin Lakhwani, and it's a 150 point something it showed. It's a little bit glitched here.
It says no time to me.
Yeah, no time to me, but
the
definitely
counter is still going on. I don't know why.
So that's a bit weird. Let's see what Not Sumer is up to our championship leader. He's leading the championship by 18 points, and is leading the constructors championship as well.
I think there's an Aston Martin. That's the Aston Martin of Ashwin. I think he might get some good slipstream.
Ashwin is moving to the left. He's probably glitching a little bit, at least from Not Sumer's point of view, and he's coming back onto the racing line now. Let's hope Sumer cuts a lot of the track, and that is an invalidation, and you could see it coming the way he turned in. It was not going to happen. What's Caesar up to? Caesar, I think, is on another lap, as Thinking Nate is having connection issues, so let's hope He joins back pretty soon, but Caesar is now navigating that chicane in the second sector, and that's nicely done. And now one more sector to go before he sees that McLaren put a good time on the board. Vicky, speaking of the McLarens, has put in a 30.4, so that's a very good time.
Charles is 129.7.
Yeah, and Ashwin, yeah, so that got
now with the timing sheets of
yeah, that updated pretty late for us. What is Not Sumer up to? Not Sumer is back in the pits. His teammate has invalidated his lap time. Rahul has popped up in P6, so Alpines are P5 and P6 right now. Let's see what Caesar does. Caesar has invalidated, is back in the pits. Quick Killer is in the pits as well. So I think that's the first round of laps done, and almost half the field have not done a lap yet.
Yeah,
I think
these are not.
And VFX is still in the pits. VFX is still in the pits, so that's a little bit.
So they have 10 more minutes to go. You know, I think they're probably gonna come out at the 6th or the 7th minute, and maybe carry enough fuel in case they invalidate the first lap. They might want to do another lap. Sumer has now decided that he wants to go on the softs, I think, and probably he's going to do that.
Yeah, he has.
Epic Brothers on the mediums has done a 130 flat. Or was that softs from Epic Brothers? I think that was softs.
I think he was on softs. HVP is on a lap. HVP in the second sector on the massive long back straight, and he is in the Red Bull now with a new teammate. Since Shadow Sword is not taking part in the rest of the season, he has a new teammate in Thinking Nade. So let's see how these two get along. It has been a rather unfortunate season for HVP. There was a lot of potential, a lot of excitement since he was promoted to Division 1 after winning the championship in Division 2. But I think he himself would not be exactly very happy with how things have turned out. But he still has time. Final 4 reasons.
Was quite some troublesome for him, but I think he's gotten out of the pace now and he's performing quite well. But I'm sure he's not happy with his performance because he knows he's got a lot more potential than what he is doing for sure.
Absolutely, he will now finish the lap. So let's see what this is going to be. Across the line goes a Red Bull. It's a 130.021. That is a very good lap time, and that's just 3/10 off the people who are on the front row. So that's a good lap time. Epic Brothers has probably... Is he starting a lap? No, he's finishing one, or he's coming back into the pits. So that's his lap done. Not Sumer is on an outlap. VFix on an outlap himself. Where is Not Sumer? Sumer is in the third sector.
Jin gonna finish his lap.
Right, Jin is finishing his lap on the mediums. Oh, that's a good lap time. 30.893. Not sure if it will hold.
On the softs, Jin is on the softs.
It says medium for me. I can see mediums on the screen as well.
What, really? But yeah. I can see Jin on soft tires. Like, if I see his tires, those are red marked tires.
For me, they are yellow.
No way.
Yeah, they are yellow for me. Just have a look at the stream if you want. Just rewind it a little bit.
Oh yes, on the stream it's yellow, and I see it on my screen. Those are red marked tires. Even on my timing sheet, those are red tires. This is quite weird.
Yeah, that is indeed weird. So we don't really know which tire is he on. Not Sumer has put the purple first sector, just about keeps it within track limits. That was very, very close. And yeah, now the back straight. Kill Bill Pandey, what a lap on the soft tires. This man has impressed us so much in the last few races. And at 29.682, what a lap that is from Kill Bill. And let's see what the likes of Ashwin and Charles Leclerc and HVP have to say about that. Not Sumer could be one of the contenders for pole. He doesn't have any car in front of him. He has put 2 purple sectors. So let's see how his final sector turns out to be. Behind him, VFix is on a lap himself, and we'll come back to VFix after Not Sumer finishes his lap. But as things stand,
Sumer is on the softs and VFix is on the mediums.
On the mediums. So yeah, that's right.
Contenders probably betting on different strategies.
Yeah, different strategies for both of them. 5 minutes to go in the session still. It looked like Not Sumer. Yeah, it looked like he went wide there or probably cut something. So that's his lap done. He still has time to come back.
But it was a 129.3 from Sumer.
Oh my
Even
God.
though he invalidated, it was a 129.3. He could have been on pole with 3 tenths ahead of all these guys.
Well, that is not great news. So still no lap time on board for Natsumer, and that's not looking good. That is just putting himself under just that little bit of more pressure than he needs right now to not put it to lap time.
On my screen, I have 6 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Oh
but on your
my
screen,
God.
there are only 4 minutes 20 seconds left.
What is happening, Codemasters? Please.
This is quite weird.
Alright, we'll see. So VFix is on the mediums.
So I think you've got that spectator glitch which you normally get. Is that?
Oh, but this is. I mean, we are in the same lobby, so.
But I think the drivers always get to see like 2 minutes more than.
Yeah, but you are a spectator as well, right? So.
But the game knows that I'm a driver.
Oh.
Like most of the time doing comments.
Right. Let's see what Racing Gupta is up to. Racing Gupta is an outlap. It's still in second sector. So it's a bit of a lull period here. Not many cars on track. In fact, just 3 cars on track. Is not Sumer going for another lap? Is what I want to know.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to put a lap right away. He thinks that he might be slow and would be way behind the pack.
Caesar, that's it came to my mind as well. But when Shah was spectating Jin, it still showed him red tires on the car, and while it was showing mediums for me. So even if that best or current, that selection, even if it's different for the two of us, we should still be seeing the same tires when we spectate the car and tires fitted on the car. So it's definitely something. Let's hope this doesn't happen in the race. Racing Gupta has decided to go early, and he wants. Racing Gupta back in the pits. Why?
These guys have 4 minutes to live. Now it's going to be.
Caesar is asking Shah if you see him on pole. Shah, are you there? I can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Racing Gupta back in the pits. I thought he was going to put in lap time, but no, he's happy with his 31.5, and I think he will have tire choice.
Maybe he wants to go on the mediums. Probably he's going to pit for mediums and then put a lap.
I don't think he has enough time now.
No, there are 4 minutes left on the screen.
Oh yeah, there are 4 minutes left. My bad. There are 4 minutes. For me, it's just 2 minutes and a few seconds. So
you should probably go out and put a lap now. It's enough of being in the.
He's trying to get the engagement up on the stream, which is very noble, but he's not doing himself any favors by doing that. Let's see. Is there anyone who's starting a lap? Shah, if you can help me with that. Yeah, I saw VFix. What is where Epic Brothers is in
so everybody is either in the pits or on their outlap. So there's going to be a lot
of. Tanish has started his lap. Let's stay with him. He might be one of the first people to complete. Probably. Tanish has invited it just as I say that. Who else is starting? I think Epic Brothers is starting a lap. Yeah, there you go. Epic Brothers is in the Alpha Tauri and is on the start finish straight. There are 2 Aston Martins behind him. That's Charles and Ashwin Lakwani.
Yeah, I think Ashwin. Charles is just about to start his lap. So Charles is committing to a 2-stopper. I believe he is setting his time on those softs. He's starting on soft, and so is Ashwin Lakwani. So both the Aston Martins doing what the Ferraris did yesterday. Tanesh Singh and Redstone Dub, I think they finished at a very good position. They were P2 and P3. So the 2-stopper is also doable if you have a good pace. And Charles and Ashwin looking pretty strong at P2 and 3.
Yeah, and Charles has put purple for sector, so this is going good so far. I did not really see the delta, but he has a car somewhere. Oh, there it is. Caesar is completely off the track so as to not cause any distractions, but Charles is looking good right now. Behind him Ashwin is also on a lap, and they're basically going to finish it within a few seconds of each other, so we'll know soon enough if they are going good. Charles is up by 100
Ashwin backs out. Ashwin invalidated. Ashwin backs out.
Okay, Ashwin has backed out. Charles still keeps on going, and in the 3rd sector now, using all the width available to him on the track. The checkered flag has fallen for me. I'm assuming it hasn't for you. So
now it has fallen for me weirdly. but
Okay.
there's still 1 minute 52 seconds left.
And HVP has left the session. Epic Brothers!
Brothers
What a lap
goes
time by
fast.
him! 129.651. Let's see if Charles can beat that. He
Charles
was on course to do
is,
that. But across the line he comes in the Aston Martin and he does
and
beat
that's a
that.
129.4.
Yeah, that's a
That's so
very
great.
competitive. That is him on provisional pole. Ashwin is back in the
Kilville,
pits.
Kilville on his lap. Kilville on
Kilville has
his lap.
completed
So
his lap,
he
I think.
has.
Or at
Nope.
least he's invalidated for me.
Oh yeah, he's invalidated his lap. So Kilville is not gonna improve. Epic Brothers is done. Charles is done.
Yeah,
So
VFix is now coming across the line on the mediums. And he goes P7. So
P7.
that is proper midfield start for VFX. Not Sumer will be the next one to cross the line, or is he
Utkarsh
starting a
goes
lap?
P2 in all of this.
Oh,
Wow.
Utkarsh! And
And Sumer
Sumer
goes first.
takes
Yeah,
pole,
he's
the only
P1
man
on
under
the softs.
128. That is 6 tenths clear of anyone in the field. And do I see anyone
See
else?
what Racing Gupta is up to. So Racing Gupta is just about to finish his lap, and
But
he's on those softs.
But it
So
shows
hopefully-
invalidated for me, his lap time.
Oh yes, he's invalidated his lap time. It's gonna be quite.
At 131.
piece of-
It showed the exact same lap time for me. I'm not sure why. And Thinking Nade is in the first sector, so I don't know exactly know how this checkered flag is working right now. He's in the first sector and he is still putting a valid lap time according to the game. So VFix, by the way, has been relegated to P10. So those mediums might be fresh mediums by the time qualifying is over if he's pushed further down to
and I'm
P11.
guessing like everyone's put. Nishan is finishing his lap, and Nishan doesn't improve on those softs. He's still 130.
Thinking Nade meanwhile is improving. He's improving by a tenth and a bit, and he has a McLaren of probably Caesar in front. And now Caesar has completed his lap time. No time for Caesar, so he will start from the back of the grid. Thinking Nade, let's see what he does. It seems like he's the only person who
Quick
is yet to
Killer
take the checkered
is-
flag.
Quick Killer is on track, and he hasn't set a time yet.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's pretty weird.
it's very weird to see this, but I think we'll have to go with what we are watching on the screen right now. And
I think Thinking Nate is the only driver who is yet to finish his lap, and then as soon as he finishes, I think the lobby should proceed to the race start, and this should be our starting grid.
yeah, and Thinking Nade does improve his
And
lap
we have
time, but
Yuki Tsunoda in our lobby.
how blessed are we to have Yuki Tsunoda in our lobby? So Mayank could not join, but well, we have someone just as good in Yuki Tsunoda. But I think that's the qualifying, unless the lobby is glitched massively and we see more people improving or setting valid lap
But
times.
this has been a very unfortunate quali. I think if Caesar hasn't intentionally done it, and if he really wanted to start behind, then maybe that's a strategy, but hasn't turned out very well for the likes of Tanish, Racing Go, also Nishan.
Yeah, it's
'cause he
very
started
weird to see the
P12,
likes
and
of-
all these guys are on
Yeah.
softs. They could have put like very good laps.
Yeah,
And
I
now
have
that they're starting behind in the bottom 10, so I think they're gonna go for the mediums.
Yeah, and it's very, very weird to see VFix in just about in P10, and then the likes of Jin with a South African flag. I don't know what's going on there. And Racing Gupta, as you said, down in P16. Remember, Racing Gupta got pole in Mexico last time around, and a very good qualifying from the likes of Ashwin Lakhwani, even Utkarsh. That was a surprise. Jumping into the car and straight away P3 for him. It's a short run down to turn 1, so this should be an interesting race, and overtaking is possible as we have seen yesterday and in previous races. So hoping for a good 27 laps of the French Grand Prix.
Yeah, and Sumi, look at his time. He is 5 tenths clear of the guy in P2. So that the difference is quite big. 5 tenths is a very big margin, and if Sumi is starting on pole, and like yesterday, there's no safety car, no VSCs, nothing, and Sumi just keeps his head down and drives. I think there's no one who could stop him from winning this.
Yeah, if he does get a good launch and leads into turn one, he seems to have hooked up this track and nailed its apexes and corners. So it will be difficult to stop him. But remember, there's always possibility of him filtering out after his first round of pit stop, somewhere in traffic, and anything could happen. So and VFix is obviously going to be starting on those mediums. If it is a dry start, it looks like it's going to be a dry start. So you never know. As you have been asked, Shah, if you are up for some karting tomorrow.
Yes, Sid, I think if it doesn't rain too much, then the karting part should be fun. Because if it rains, and the predictions for rain in Chennai is for next 1 week, so we're going to see a lot of rainfall, and this has been happening since a month. Rainfall in south is alright, but we don't want so much of rainfall. It's just way too much. Chennai isn't prepared for so much rain.
Yep, as else I don't think it's going to be any rain here. It is very very bright and sunny. So no rain right now, or probably later in the race. I would hope for some changeable conditions, but either ways, 15 seconds to go, and we will be on our formation laps, and we'll see what tires everyone is choosing. As Barry says, hello Barry, how are you doing? Did you by any chance get an opportunity to check out the server on IRL? I'm not sure if you have joined yet, so do join if you have a PlayStation. But here we go. Tire changes, tires, where's tire? Yeah, there you go. Everyone in the top 10 except for VFix on the softs as expected. Nishan is starting on the softs as well. So that is Ferrari splitting the strategies, hoping that Caesar has been
Caesar.
Yeah, Caesar has been disqualified and Quick Killer has gone on the hard. So the whole field in fact is a big Williams sandwich right now with not Sumer on pole and Quick Killer in P19 on the hards. Okay, Barry, I don't think you have joined. I think you have joined a different server, but not the one on which this race is being streamed.
You joined that amazing server, but there's another amazing server too, which is
all right. It's confusing. Okay, you give. I think Barry, I have sent a DM to you, so you can just respond to that. But we'll sort you out pretty quickly. Okay, for everyone else who's watching, and for you as well, Shah. HUP is having issues once again. Predictions time. Who do you think is going to finish in the top 3?
Sumer, Epic Brothers, and I think I want Ashwin Lakhwani to finish in the top 3.
You really want him to see, I mean, everyone, we just want him to have a proper race.
The championship right now, but as a driver, that guy tries to keep it clean every time, but it's just sheer bad luck. I don't know. It's either his network or something or the other goes wrong. But I just want Ashwin, because he's qualified good enough that he has a chance to, either win the race or still be on the podium. So P6 is not a bad place to start if he keeps it clean through the first lap and tries to make as many as positions at the very race start. So we could see him. So my predictions are I said Sumi, Epic Brothers, and Ashwin. Yeah.
All right, let's see. HUP has joined back, and his car is, I think, at the back of the grid in sector 3. Yeah, there you go. So the drivers will have to wait a while before they get going.
Manan. Welcome to the.
But yeah, Manan says hello, and what a race it was from him last night, Shah. Anything you have to say about that? Your teammate, I think that was probably one of the most impressive drives of his season so far.
Yeah, he kept it clean. He made that one stopper work, and staying out of trouble and all of that. And for the Alpine, overall was a very good performance, and I think this is helping us in the constructors as well.
All right, let's see. Caesar is saying hello from the starting grid because they have to wait a long time
Caesar,
before.
Don't text and drive, come on. You're not supposed to do that.
Keep your eyes
I'm not getting
on the road and
here yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I think they haven't maybe loaded yet, that is why we don't get the right angle. Okay.
All right, here we go. Come on, what is this? Glitched. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on the grid. Lights out, and away we go. It's a good start from P3 from Utkarsh. Let's see if he does anything. Oh, that's a Caesar. I think that's Caesar who has retired from the session. McLaren, but Sumer leads into turn 1.
There's
Epic
a virtual
Brothers.
safety car.
There's a virtual safety car now, and it's Caesar who's out. Yeah, that's who it was.
Killer gets a 5-second.
That's a virtual safety car. Top 3 have Ashwin Lakhwani has dropped 2 places from P6 to P8, and Tanishq has gained. Or Zoon gets a 5-second penalty for collision with.
Pandey is gained 1 position. Epic has lost 1.
HUP has DNF'd as well in all that.
So I think Caesar has already broke your record, Malav.
Yo, exactly.
Oh
you know
my
what?
God.
I think he just might have. Oh my God, this is going to be so close. I'm in a competition with Caesar about something
Caesar,
now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
And Caesar still beats you in that, Malav. So that is.
Well, I'll have to watch his footage. Let's not be
yeah.
too sure how short of a race it was for him. But I could see that McLaren just jumping up and down without a front wheel.
Want Caesar to not to text while driving, and
yeah, you did warn him, and he did not listen, and as such, his race has ended prematurely. But there's a virtual safety car. It will be interesting to see if anyone pits. I don't know if there was any damage for people behind, but Caesar did collide with someone, I guess, unless he lost traction. And virtual safety car is ending. Utkarsh is probably going for a move, and Utkarsh has not made it stick. But oh, this is going to be a little bit close. Jin Sanity and Epic Brothers are fighting, and let's see what Utkarsh does here. Does he go for a move? I think he just might. On board with Kill Bill Pandey. Utkarsh is thinking about it, but he just runs out of road there. So he stays in front, but he's tagged in the back by Kill Bill Pandey in the house, and that is not good news for him, as he has to stay off the track and let every other car.
SFR Sonic goes off track. Luckily he doesn't have damage, but I think he lost his rear and he falls back to P16 because Thinking Nade is in the pits getting his wing changed.
So what happened to Thinking Nade? I missed that, but seems like he made a mistake somewhere.
They're so close on that.
Ashwin is retired.
Ashwin retired. Oh, and they're so close on the straight. I am Rahul, who was behind all of these guys, is leading them, and Tanishq, the Alpine, just loses its rear. And Vifix being patient. Both the Ferraris and the Alpines are P7 right now, and all the and the Haas's are together. So somehow the cars have the teammates are with each other, and hopefully they keep it clean. They don't want to get into trouble. They damage themselves and also their teammates. So the whole team points are compromised. Here I see Tanishq and Rahul fighting with each other, whereas Tanishq I think is on the hards. Let me check their tires once again.
No, Tanishq is on the hards, you're right. I'm currently on board with Nishan for almost a full sector, and you can see that he's not wanting to interfere with VFX and Tanishq's battle.
Yeah, see, and Kill Bill Pandey pits. So
yeah, he pits. He had major wing damage, so he will have to pit. But what's important for VFX right now, as Sumer is streaking away from Charles Leclerc, it's important for VFX to make as many positions as possible in this first stint. Let's see what happens. Still on board with one of the Ferraris. We have changed views now.
Might have a chance to make a move right now because he's a bit closer to Charles, and Utkarsh has the DRS.
Well,
I guess no. Maybe in the next lap.
Maybe next lap he will have DRS. But VFX is now closing in on Tanishq, and VFX is on the inside of Tanishq. Let's see what happens here. VFX has still not made the move stick, but they do touch, and VFX is through. It's still side by side. Nishan is on the back as well. Oh my God, this is Tanishq's car seems to be glitching a little bit. Let's hope the Ferraris don't collide. There was a little bit. Tanishq does make that move stick. It is
Racing Gupta is. There's too much racing going on here.
Oh my God, Racing Gupta is through, by the way, and VFX has lost a lot of time to I Am Rahul, the second Alpine. So let's see what happens. But this has been Charles Leclerc in the pits. 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he has gifted Utkarsh that P2. Meanwhile, Racing Gupta is going side by side with Tanish. What a beautiful battle that is. And Racing Gupta on traction because of his medium tires might just get Tanish. He does. And Charles Leclerc dropping positions because of his pit. Let's see if Tanish comes back at Racing Gupta. No, he doesn't. So he's been overtaken by another car. Ashwin Lakhwani has had enough. And now let's see if Racing Gupta and VFix can battle it out for P7. Alright, Caesar, you're here. What happened? Just talk us through your race, which was probably as short as my race in Baku.
Racing Gupta is looking quite close, but I think he wouldn't want to make a move here. On the next lap, I think they'll be close enough to make a move on each other.
And VFix just about has DRS now on I am Rahul.
Quick Killer gets ahead of Nushan. Quick Killer on those hards looks faster than Nishan on the softs.
Yeah, Nishan losing one more position to Azun now. Azun goes cleanly.
Does Nishan have some kind of damage?
Yeah, it
could
possible.
Be visible, but you always can get underbody damage or side pod damage or something. So that could be a reason why Nishan would be losing pace and not be having enough. Oh, and he decides to pit. He's had enough. He decides to pit.
So pretty sure he would have damage. If you can just keep an eye out on his pit stop, Shah, and let us know if he's having a wing change. I'm watching this battle for P6 as VFix and Racing Gupta are trying to catch up to... they have caught up to I am Rahul, but let's see if they can make a move. Oh, I am Rahul.
Nishan does get his wing change.
Alright, so Nishan with the wing change drops to P14, and that's where he might come out. I am Rahul has lost both positions to VFix as well as Racing Gupta. Not sure what happened there, but here we go. Does Racing Gupta have anything on VFix? I don't think so on this lap. And Nishan actually drops to P15 as he exits. So he's on the hards. Can he make it stick? I'm not sure. Racing Gupta on VFix. Does he go for a move? He's getting pretty close there to the Ferrari, but nothing doing as VFix solidifies his P6 for now. But he still has a further 3 seconds to go before he can see the McLaren of Vicky.
Charles Leclerc paid for medium, so he's dropped to P13.
Yeah, I think I saw a message from him on Discord that he had very high tire wear on the formation lap itself. So maybe it was a conscious call. I'm not sure if he had any wing change, but he definitely has a 5-second.
Sumer pits. The race leader comes in to pit. Epic Brother stays out, and so does Jim.
Oh, thinking Nate retired. Is this going to be a safety car? It's a virtual safety car once again. And this is going to help out.
Yeah,
not Sumer and Utkarsh. VFX has stayed out, obviously. But this is going to be a
Sumer goes on the mediums, and it was a slow stop. I think was it?
No, it just probably was it probably would have been a glitch. I don't think we have like slow stops on this game unless there's a double stack. But Sumer out in P10, I think because of the virtual safety car, it might have helped him to save some time. Utkarsh out in P11, both on the mediums.
Nishan is on the hards because he got his wing changed and his
Sonic Hawk is in the pits as well, or he exited the pits. And you saw that Charles Leclerc has been overtaken by Utkarsh. So the overcut working apparently for Utkarsh. So
and also with the help of safety car, Sumer and Utkarsh both.
Yeah, the virtual safety car did help both of them. So the battle for the lead of the race is still on while we are still under yellow flag conditions.
I would like to say before the virtual safety car, Sumer was 1.5 seconds. Oh my god, this is pretty. Okay. Yeah, it's alright. They're just 8 tenths apart from each other. It like showed a lot of difference because there's 11 seconds between
out. I think Vicky is in the pits.
Vicky is driving well, I must say. Even his quali lap was amazing, and so his driving, he's keeping clean, he's staying out of trouble. Let's see where does Vicky come out. He might just lose his position to Utkarsh Charles.
Yeah, Vicky is in the pits, so he will lose plenty of positions.
Oh, he has a moment when he tries to come out the pits, but he still stays ahead of Sonic Hawk, so that's good.
That's good indeed. Watching this battle right now between Racing Gupta and VFX, Jin for some reason is still staying out, and is he going for a one-stopper now from softs to hards? He's taking a leaf out of the book, but here goes Racing Gupta around the outside of VFX. He makes the move stick, and that is P2 for the hards driver.
So Tanushk is gonna go long, and so is Quick Killer. We might see them pitting at the very later part of the race. So all the drivers behind them who are probably yet to pit or will do a two-stopper will have to get past them, and if they're at the right part of the track where they get DRS and they pass through, it's alright. If not, they'll have to stick behind them, and that might just lose them a second or so.
Yeah, and as we say that, Jin goes for one more lap, so he's extending his stint. He started his 8th lap on this set of tires as Racing Gupta now puts the fastest lap of the session. Closest battle we have is for P10 as Epic Brothers and Shal are battling it out. Let's see if Epic Brothers can overtake the Aston Martin on this start finish straight. I think he's going for it, and he has comfortably overtaken before they even break for the corner. So that is Epic Brothers into P10, and let's see if we can catch Utkarsh now. Where is Not Sumer in all this? Not Sumer is into P8 and is still some way off before he can start thinking about overtaking I Am Rahul, who's also on the mediums.
Vifix stays behind. Maybe if Racing Gupta and Vifix, if they act smart and if they help each other by not wasting time overtaking each other, just give each other DRS, help them save the battery ERS a bit. This might help them gain a few seconds here and oh no.
Yeah, but it's not helping VFix at all.
It's slowing him down. Fight with Sumer, who's on a two-stoppers track.
Yeah, and Sumer, by the way, has just closed down so much on I Am Rahul and all that. Jin, what does he do? He stays out. This guy is a tire whisperer.
I think Jin is gonna pit at say lap 10 or 11.
Yeah, he did tell me about it. He did tell me that he'll pit around lap 10 maybe, so that he can go from a soft to hard.
Overtake move on I Am Rahul with the help of DRS right now at the main straight.
Yeah, that is pretty much done and dusted, as Not Sumer is up into P7. As let's see what VFix done. Has he had enough? I think he just might have, and wants to close up to Jin now on the start finish, or rather the back straight. Jin will not be vulnerable, but Racing Gupta will come under attack from VFix. Let's see what VFix does.
That was one defense move from Racing Group, and
VFix is going to stay. He's gonna stay behind for now. What about Azun and Quick Killer? Azun's once again going for it. It sells in the dummy. What a move from Azun. That's okay. It's not a move yet, but he did go for the dummy there. Yeah, it was good to see, although it was off board. And Utkarsh, meanwhile, is now closing up to Rahul. So Rahul, after being overtaken by Sumer, is now under attack from Utkarsh, who was also one of the lead pack who pitted. VFX still behind Racing Gupta. Azun still behind Quick Killer. There are quite a few battles to keep an eye out on, and down the order
might just catch up to Azun and
yeah, he is already within 1 second. Jin Sanity finally pits on lap 9, that is. So I think his tires have had enough, and let's see.
Racing Gupta, the current leader, with 9 laps old mediums. Let's see where does Jin come out with that overcut he was trying, and he's on the mediums. He's gonna do 17 laps on the mediums, I think.
Well,
Because if
if
he wanted
there's
to do a two-stopper, he would have pit earlier. That's for sure. He wouldn't have extended his stint.
so I don't
He's
quite
come
understand this
out.
strategy, because if he's
He
going for a two
thinks,
stop.
yeah. No, I think because if he was gonna go for a two-stopper, he would have pitted 3-4 laps earlier. Maybe he wants to do this one-stopper with the softs, two mediums. And we know how good Jin is at managing tire wear. So could be a masterstroke or could not be. Let's see how this pans out. And going on to the battle again, Vivek decides to stay behind.
He
Sumer
does.
is just past Azun on that
Yeah,
fast
he
right-hander.
passed. Both of them passed Quick Killer on the long straight, and then after the chicane, Sumer made an overtake on Azun as well. So that's Sumer into P4, and this is now he's going to catch up to Tanish pretty soon in maybe another couple of laps. So that's where it gets interesting. Further behind, Racing Gupta pits, by the way. VFix stays out, and let's see what Shah Leclerc and Am Rahul can do, because both of them are staying out for now, and Shah Leclerc might have a move lined up for the Alpine driver. Here goes Shah Leclerc round the outside, and that is move done for him. P8 for Shah Leclerc, and further ahead, Epic
Racing Gupta
Brothers.
pits and he comes out behind Jin. And Gupta's on those hards. Jin wasn't able to make the move on Vicky the lap before. He did come out behind him, and Racing Gupta on those fresh hards is catching up to the both. So hopefully, Racing Gupta should be able to make a move on them in AWS 2-3 laps from now. Uh, and I think the overcut is not that powerful because
Oh,
Racing
there's
Gupta
an
being behind
incident
and so
somewhere. I
good.
think Quick Killer losing multiple positions as we see Jin making a move on Vicky, that is. So that's Jin into P10. Not Sumer and Tanishq have also changed positions. So it's the championship leaders or championship rivals in 1 and 2 as VFix and not Sumer. The distance the gap is 6 seconds. Let's see, let's monitor that in the next few laps as VFix pits.
Let's see where does Vifix come out. Azun hasn't pit. He's on those 10 laps old mediums. So
Yeah, is
Azun is on a different track. And Tanishq is probably just not gonna pit this early. Probably he's gonna pit at
so
lap
VFX
17 or
drops
18.
down pretty much. He drops down
Behind
behind
Racing
Racing Gupta, so it's out in P12, and that's
So
a
that
tall order.
overcut hasn't helped him, and one lap on those hards is not going to make a very huge difference either. His hards are more durable, and they can go way longer than I think 17 laps for sure. So that overcut hasn't worked out for the Brits.
And further
Or
behind, Kill Bill
anyone as
Pandey.
such, all these guys who were trying for an overcut.
Here's VFX going on. Here's Jin going for a move. I have just messed up the brother's name so many times tonight, but that's Jin Sanity into P8 after having overtaken Quick Killer, who is yet to stop. And further up, Zoon somehow made a move on Utkarsh. Utkarsh is in P4, but he has fresher tires as Kill Bill Pandey and Sonic Hawk still exchanging positions. So those two, while they're not battling for points just about yet, it could be very soon that they could see points on the horizon. They're still battling. They look at them. They're still exchanging positions, and Epic Brothers is now witnessing the battle between Utkarsh and Azun. But Azun does pit, presumably for a set of hard tires. And further behind, it's VFix who is challenging Racing Gupta
I'm
and
Rahul
Vicky.
Pits too,
Yeah,
so
I am Rahul pits as well. Alright, so as things stands, not Sumer is leading the race. He still has one more stop to go. As Quick Killer gets a time penalty for corner cutting, and he is being caught up by Vicky, who is being chased by Racing Gupta and VFX. So, and Vicky gets a time penalty. So things are getting a little bit tense now for the McLaren driver, and he spins. Just as I say that, he spins, and that has lost him a lot of time and positions. Epic Brothers is closing up. Racing Gupta is closing up on Quick Killer. Where does Racing Gupta go? He goes round the outside and he cuts off any space which Quick Killer might have. That is a brilliant move. Let's see if VFX can follow suit. I don't think he has had enough, because Quick Killer has a good run on Racing Gupta, who has to defend from the Williams driver. Can VFX make it through the inside? He's going for it. Is he going for it? No, he does not, but Quick Killer defends really well, and as such keeps his P8 at least for the third sector. But here comes VFX once again, back at it. Is he going to go around the outside? It's not going to happen. Quick Killer loses the car a little bit on the curb, but what a battle this has been between Ferrari and a Williams. And Quick, there's a yellow flag in sector 3. Is that I am Rahul who's spinning?
He's on those fresh hards, so probably he couldn't get those tires to the right temperature, and he ends up spinning.
VFX finally makes it through, and Quick Killer tried his level best to put him at unease, but VFX making the move on the Williams on the main straight and is into P8 now. Has not lost a lot of time to Racing Gupta. He still has DRS on the Haas, as Sonic Hawk gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's see what happens, as Utkarsh might be under attack from Epic Brothers. Is Epic Brothers going down inside? He thought about it, but does not have enough.
Utkarsh gets a 3-second.
Yeah, Utkarsh gets a 3-second in the process.
This could be very punishing to him at the very end of the race, because he is running pretty close to all these guys, and he don't want to lose a podium because of those 3 seconds. So Caesar has thrown us a fun fact. He says all the RL champions until now, be it D1, D2, have retired in this DNF.
Absolutely.
Caesar and his weird facts.
So Caesar, what happened? Just let us know on the first lap. What happened? You still haven't told us that. So now that you are free.
Oh, Utkarsh has a moment, and Utkarsh loses that place to Epic Brothers.
Well, someone else is going to lose a place. That's Racing Gupta, as VFX deploys his battery and uses DRS to good effect, and that's him into P7. And now let's see how much of. So let's see the gap here. To leader. Where do I see that? There it is. VFX is 16 seconds behind not Sumer, and VFX will not stop. Sumer will stop. So I don't know how long does a pit stop take.
Oh wow, that was some defense from Tanish. This is crazy. I think everybody's just inspired from Max Verstappen and Brazil.
Oh, they're almost coming together now. Utkarsh might just take advantage of that. Doesn't have a lot of battery left, neither does Epic Brothers. You can see his red light flashing. Utkarsh is going to go around the outside of Tanishq, and he does make that move. Tanishq has to settle for P4 right now. I am Rahul gets a 3-second time penalty. And what a 3-car battle we have here for P2. All the while, not Sumer streaking away from this pack.
And all these guys will have to pit once. Tanishq will have to pit, so will Utkarsh and Epic Brothers. And I think Charles Leclerc also will have to pit.
Yeah, Leclerc will have to pit.
Yeah, all these guys running P2, 3, 4 will 5 in fact will have to pit again.
Yeah, everyone will have to pit. So I'm just trying to do the math here between not Sumer and VFX. I think 16 seconds was the gap last time we checked, and an average pit stop would be what, 22-23 seconds around here. It is a slightly long pit lane, so let's assume it's around 22 seconds. So
but again, Sumer is gonna come out on so much more fresher tires with so much lesser fuel.
So he will have.
He is probably gonna fly after that. And Charles Leclerc is caught up to this battle now. So P2, 3, 4, 5. It's quite a train, and
he has, but Epic Brothers got overtaken by Utkarsh. But on the main straight, Epic Brothers might just get him back. Let's see. Utkarsh defends the inside pretty convincingly, and let's see what the Alpha Tauri can do. Can he go around the outside of Utkarsh? Yes, he can, and that is P2 for Epic Brothers once again. And Tanishq is now under attack from Charles Leclerc.
Now I think Tanishq's tires might be losing him some time. I wouldn't say be losing him a lot of grip, because the Hearts could do a lot more. But it's 16 laps old now compared to all these guys on 10, 12 laps old tires.
Absolutely, he is relatively slower to people behind. And Sumer pits, so it is a final. It should be his final pit stop. Charles Leclerc in the pits as well.
Everybody pits. Wow.
Okay,
and
so
Tanishq is leading the race.
The Tanishq is still going on, and
the guy who started on hard.
When does he plan to pit? Is my question. Probably next lap. Is he trying to go for?
And Vifix is P3, so
Vifix is P3, and you know what, he has
is on those
mediums. He's on the mediums, and Vifix has racing Gupta between him and Sumer, so it is not going to be as
Sumer
easy.
Is not too far away, yeah.
Yeah, 5.6 seconds. So
and I think on those fresh mediums, he would be able to catch up to all these guys like pretty soon.
Oh gosh, no! Where are you going, mate? Oh, he just took a quick detour and is now back on, but that has lost him so much time.
And so I think he's also lost a...
No, I don't think he has any... Yeah, he has lost time and position, but here goes Epic Brothers. He's on the soft tires on Kill Bill Pandey, who's yet to pit. Well, he has pitted, but he will have to pit once more. That is Epic Brothers into P7 after pitting, and he could be a real factor here. P7 for him on the soft tires. 10 laps to go. The soft tires might just make it if, you know, on lighter fuel.
We saw Jin do that on the soft tires, but that is Jin who is really good at managing the tires.
Indeed. So we can see the gaps forming up now. Tanishq
Kiran, no! Weather is become a bit dull.
Yeah, it has become overcast, but Tanishq Kiran pits, and he has a 5-second penalty for speeding.
Oh my god, he would be so unhappy with him.
That is devastating for him.
He did such a great race, made those hards work, and he was going to go for the softs. He could have overtaken all these guys so easily, and we know Tanishq got promising pace, but with that 5 second.
Speaking of overtakes, Epic Brothers is on an absolute charge here. He has put the final third sector, which is purple, and he has
changed so much.
Yeah,
and Racing Good has a moment.
Oh my god, is it going to rain here? I love changeable conditions. He loses a position as well, and wow, what happened?
We have 10 more laps, and we have almost like 9 laps to go, 8 laps to go after this one. So it looks, if it rains, these guys will have to pit for sure, because it won't be easy to drive on the wets. Epic Brothers overtakes Gupta and all this.
What happened to Racing Gupta?
I think turn 1 he had a moment, I guess, and he lost his car, but luckily no damage. So it's just that his tires are at like peak of the temperature. I mean, they're really hot, so he wouldn't be able to.
So Sumer is now 6.6 seconds behind Vifix, but everything could change if it starts raining here. So Shah, I would request you to stay on board with a few drivers, because that's where we'll see the spits of rain pretty easily as Tanishq and who's that? Charles Leclerc are going side by side, and Tanishq around the outside on those soft tires, making the move stick. But Caesar is saying it's not going to rain. He's asking us to chill. But oh my god, would I want some rain here? That would be so interesting. Not Sumer puts the fastest lap of the race, and he's catching up to Vfix pretty quickly now. With 8 laps to go, he is on course to take that position, considering the way he's gaining on him. But here goes Tanishq now on SFR's, or was it Noobshan? It was Nishan. So that's Tanishq up into P9. And let's see, this is a good recovery after that 5-second penalty, but he's yet to serve that penalty, so might as well now. Let's see what Nishan does he make. Oh, Charles Leclerc and Nishan almost colliding. I think there was wheel banging there, but Charles Leclerc Oh, come on, give me a good angle here. Yeah, there you go. Nishan still keeping ahead, but he might not have DRS on the back straight, and that will mean an easy move for the Aston Martin driver.
No, it seems pretty easy.
Oh,
And
that's
they
some
still
wheel
end up
banging.
touching. Yeah.
Nishan squeezing him to the extremities of the track, and Charles Leclerc absolutely determined to make that move stick. He has made it stick, and that's him into P10. But what is Nishan going to come back at him? No, just not quite. He's trying his best to unsettle the Aston Martin, but Nishan does stay behind for now, and he's on those 14 lap old hearts. You can't really expect him to fight or give it a good fight, but
We
still.
have Tanish, who's gonna make a move on Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic Hawk pitted early. I think he was one of those people who did get damaged.
He's on 13 laps.
And yeah, 13 lap old tires. So he's going to the end on this one. Tanishq almost running into the back of him. But on the back straight, on the main straight once again, it is going to be an easy move if Tanishq uses his battery, which he is now. And that is a late move once again. But Tanishq making the move stick. P8 for him. So 7 laps to go. I still don't see any rain, which is very heartbreaking, honestly, Shah. But well,
Tanish
what does
gets
your
another penalty, which is 3 seconds.
so that is going to
now
hurt him.
there's 7 laps to go, and Sumer needs to cut like 5 seconds to catch up to Vifix, and once the catching
Oh,
up
there's
is
a
done,
yellow
then there's
flag
overtake.
somewhere. Is it I am Rahul once again? But Tanishq is going for a move on Kill Bill Pandey. He is a man on a mission right now. That's Tanishq into P7. The soft tires are working a treat here. And it's like switching on a light and switching off a light. Look at the weather now.
Yeah, it's become so much more clear.
Bright and sunny now. So we're just about within that 5-second window of VFX, who is slowly but surely catching up to Jin here. Jin could play a factor in this battle. If VFX can somehow get closer to Jin, he will start getting DRS of the Mercedes. And if that happens, it could help his defense. But we say defense, but Sumer has to catch up to VFX, and with every lap which is being completed, the advantage which Sumer has of his tires is going to diminish. But Charles Leclerc makes a move on Sonic Hawk meanwhile. So Sonic Hawk on a long stint on those hard tires, still within the top 10, but is now under attack from probably Nishan as well, who's also on the same tire with the same tire life. But here goes Tanishq now. He is absolutely flying here. He's going to line up a move on Vicky. Does not have a lot of battery left, but here goes the Alpine on the McLaren. He goes to the left and then comes back onto the racing line. It's a very bad camera when you want to go off board, but that's,
and they just show
don't show the car.
They don't
show the
once
car.
the braking is done, once the overtake is done, and then we get the broadcast. It's very bad.
It is bad indeed, but here we go.
So, everyone's just gonna blame you for that camera working.
Well, let's see. Azun and Nishan in a battle of Azun. Surprisingly, this race, even though people had a few incidents, he's within points, and he will get points because of time penalties for others. But usually he does get he gains a lot of positions when this happens.
Better than what he's doing right now, because we know that even though he starts last, he always ends up being in the
Oh, Vicky! What happened to Vicky?
Vicky. Oh, and Kill Bill pits.
Oh, Kill Bill pits. Sonic pits as well. And VFX is now within 1 second of Jin. So VFX will start getting DRS.
17 laps old.
Utkarsh has made a move on Azun. So I think Azun had a moment somewhere. Utkarsh has made a move on Azun. So that's him into P5. Utkarsh might make a move on Nishan as well. Does he go down the inside? No, he's patient. He does not want to jeopardize his race more than once in a span of few laps. But on the back straight, it might be an easy move for the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what happens here. Meanwhile, VFX still closing on Jin and just about keeping in that 1 second window. And Utkarsh is now making a move.
Yeah,
Tanishq is making a move on Racing Gupta, I think, but you have to stay with this battle.
And there's
Utkarsh is
Azun
through.
in the battle. Azun
Yeah,
is going to make an overtake. Oh,
no,
and
he backs out of
at the
it.
very last.
Backs out of it. And and look at that, Tanishq into P5. Those can Tanishq. Let's see. I mean, they both Tanishq and Epic Brothers are almost on the same tire life. It will be interesting to see that battle for P3 here, or P4 here between Tanishq and Epic Brothers, provided Tanishq catches Epic Brothers by a further 5 seconds, and VFix is now in overtake territory, I would say.
But Vifix is still 4.5 seconds ahead of Sumer.
Yeah, so the DRS is helping him.
Good job, right? Yeah.
And with 4 laps to go, it's not looking that easy for Sumer. He's eating into that gap, but not by much. Azun is going to make a move on Nishan for P10. So that's Mercedes into P10, the Ferrari into P11. Alright, let's turn attention to this battle. VFix and Jin.
Yeah.
And VFix is still behind.
He's just going to act smart and he's not going to overtake Jin for sure. He might just want to be in that DRS.
Or he might overtake and continue to give DRS to Jin. You know, that could also be a strategy.
Also that card,
yeah, and then Jin getting a P2 would be...
And yeah, make sure that Sumer doesn't get that P2 because Jin has got that 3 seconds time penalty.
Yeah,
Jin has do anything to help keep Jin.
Yeah, he would do anything to ensure that Sumer does not, gain enough time or get enough points in this race. So, what happened there? Kill Bill Pandey and Quick Killer exchanging positions. VFix once again having DRS, but it's not close enough.
Very close to Azul.
Yeah, VFix still behind, and I think this time on the back straight he might make a move here. They don't want to leave it very late here because Sumer is closing and he needs to be within that 3 seconds if he wants that P2 for Sumer, as Desi Ninja is requesting an Akash Chopra level commentating. Well, Desi Ninja, I don't know what your real name is, but we did that. It's the Hindi commentary we did a few weeks back.
Why do we call it Akash Chopra?
Hang on, I'll just explain. As Charles Leclerc and Vicky were battling, and
that makes some moves on Jin, and they're side by side, and they're battling side by
Oh
side.
no, please don't do that!
Nobody's making it easy for each other.
Oh my god, they're still battling for
side
it.
By side at the
and that's going to be fireworks.
Oh my god. There's no brotherhood on track, that's for sure.
And look at how much Sumer has closed up by and all that. He's closed up by more than half a second. This is not helping either of them. It's definitely not helping VFix.
Oh my god, there's going to be some talking at home tonight.
This is not helping them at all. Definitely not helping Jin. Not sure about VFix. He does not have a lot of battery left. But we'll stay on board with VFix and see what kind of lines he takes, what kind of maneuvers he has up his sleeve to get. Oh, there he goes.
2.7.
2.7 now, and Jin is going to defend, but VFix is going to go down the inside. He has to stay back for one more time. This is getting intense here. 3 laps to go, including this one, and you never know what's going to happen.
I think VFX is just going to keep it calm until that stage where he, with the help of DRS, he might want to make that overtake. But this is also not helped Jin because now he's lost time to Sumer, and that P2 which could have been possible doesn't seem possible because Sumer has no penalties and Jin.
Here goes VFX. This is going to be a much cleaner attempt, and he has passed Jin now. Now let's see if he can string his brother along and get that P2 for him. But I'm watching Tanishq right now on the back of Racing Gupta. Racing Gupta defends to the left, which is the inside for the next corner, but Tanishq still makes the move straight, and Racing Gupta has to settle for P6 for now.
Another 3 seconds.
That's not good news,
so
and
Charles would jump for Tanishq.
Yeah, that's quite likely, and because of this battling, both VFX and Jin have lost a lot of time, and that pretty much settles P2 for Not Sumer. So we'll have to wait, and we'll have to speak with both of them in the podium interviews to see what was going on there. I am pretty sure they are not in the same party chat. But here we go, Racing Gupta on Tanishq once again. What's it's going to be? So I think Tanishq's soft tires are now dying out a little bit, which is why he's being caught up by Racing Gupta, who's on the hards. And is Racing Gupta going for a move? No, he's not. He's sticking behind. He's using DRS to get close.
Yeah.
But he's not going to make a move now. He doesn't want to. He doesn't need to. Not Sumer has DRS on Jin.
Yeah, he does. But I think the move won't be possible this time around. Maybe on the very last lap we could see Sumer make a move on Jin. But Jin did make that one stopper work if he crosses the line without any puncture, I think. Because we do get puncture in this game, right? If we do a lot of laps on the tire.
Yeah, Tanishq gets another 3-second time penalty. He's getting a lot of 3-second time penalties while entering this long straight, and not Sumer now. 1 lap to go. He is within 3 tenths. So I think on the main straight he will be past Mercedes. Look at him. He's closing so much. But I think Jin might have just done just about enough to keep him at bay from overtaking VFX. So VFX might still take this win, but Jin is going to lose P2 as it stands because of time penalties as well. Here we go. Not Sumer on Jin. Not Sumer goes to the right. Jin gives him just about enough space. Both the red lights flashing, and Jin has to settle for P2 now. And meanwhile, Racing Gupta has overtaken. Has he overtaken? Yes, he has Tanishq. So going into the last lap of the race, Racing Gupta will lead Tanishq. He is going to finish P5 anyway. Let's see what Jin has to offer on Not Sumer now.
I think.
Racing Gupta gets a penalty, and here goes Tanishq now. Once again, he's not going to let it go easy. Utkarsh and Vicky changing positions, and let's see.
Is the fight for P1 gonna come down to that very last main straight? Where
well, P1 is settled. I think this is the last lap of the race, and
yeah, but also you could make a move if he's close enough at the very last corner. After the very last corner, where you have
I am Rahul retired from the session. Charles Leclerc running into the back of. Let's see what Tanishq does here. Tanishq is staying behind, but let's now focus. I think this is how it's going to be. But VFX and all this, starting from P10 on the medium tires, he has made the one-stop work, and it's a brilliant drive. He will get his win in the French Grand Prix, and that helps him in the championship. Not Sumer will finish P2. Jin will round up the podium. That was a really good one-stopper from softs to mediums for him. Epic Brothers, he tried his best and made the soft tires work, did a few overtakes, but a solid P4 for him. Charles and Tanishq are still battling, by the way. Racing Gupta is going to finish P5. Yeah, very good result.
Yeah,
after starting what, P15 or something? Yeah, and Charles Leclerc gets P6. Tanishq settles for P7, or rather P9, after the time penalties have applied. P10 make that as Hasoon pops up in P7. Vicky in P8. Utkarsh starting P3. That would have been a disappointment for him, finishing the race in P9, and Kill Bill Pandey finishing P10. Nishan gets 2 points, and which relegates Tanishq to the last points paying position.
Wow, quite a race you've had, and there was battles throughout the race. It wasn't easy for anyone. Even for the battle for P1 wasn't over until the very last lap, because there was always a chance where Sumer might catch up, and also Jin didn't make it any easy for VFX. They had to battle, and it showed that, you know, though they are real brothers, but on track they mean business. Jin didn't want to lose his position, and he didn't want to give it away that easily to him. So quite an interesting race, and the battles between Tanishq, Racing Gupta, Azun, Charles Leclerc, it was always on, Utkarsh. Wow, quite a interesting race.
Yeah, and no safety car once again. So
We did have a VSC
we
caused
did
by
have a
the
VSC.
very
Yes,
great
we did.
Caesar.
We did have a virtual safety car. So while we're speaking,
Yeah.
sir, I'm assuming you're already trying to invite
Yes.
VFX, Not Sumer, and Jin into the party. But that has been the race. Stick around for the post-race podium interviews for the top three, and we'll speak with them and talk about how their races went and their perspectives on the battles they had on the track.
So Vifik starting P10 on those mediums and finishing P1. Oh, wow. That strategy, the strategic call was actually really good. You would have wished to start a little higher, but I think it paid off. That one
Yeah, it
stopper.
definitely paid off, and he can control what he does, and he did get P1. So
Yeah.
I think that's the best possible outcome for him in this race.
And he must have had like brilliant amount of pace because Sumer was catching up
Yeah, he
in
did.
the
In
later
fact, we
part.
thought it would be easy for Sumer to
Yeah,
catch him after the second pit stop, the 6 second gap, but VFX might have conserved his hard tires very well, and that
yeah.
did pay off in the end. Alright, so not Sumer is in, who's P2. Sumer, hello, hope you can hear us. Just ensure that your audio sharing settings are on. We will come to you soon before we speak with, or rather, after we speak with Jen, who's yet to join the party. Alright, our race winner is here
Yeah,
as well.
we probably go in the order 1, 2, 3 then, because now we have our race winner here.
Yeah, let's do that. So, why don't you start us off with VFix then, Shah?
Congratulations, Vifix and Sumer. We'll start with Vifix. What a race you have had. You were the only driver in the top 10 to start on those mediums.
I think he,
This
I
top
think
10
he
lead
left.
is
I think he left.
so
There's some
yeah,
connection
so we
issues.
just
Yeah, let's talk
probably
with Sumer then.
I think now we know why Jim couldn't join as well, because probably it's
Yeah, yeah.
internet
Fortunately, it
issues.
happened after the race. So
So
let's see.
okay, Jin's here.
So
Okay.
is it only that one person
Jin's.
can join at a time now? Anyway, let's start with Sumer.
Let's start with Sumer. Yep.
Listen, boys, before we start, I'm on my phone because my power just went out, so I don't know if my audio will share or not. I'm just letting you know in advance.
Oh, okay. And I don't think there's anything you could do. So we'll just start with Sumer and Sumer. You initially you said during your quali, I think you set a lap on the mediums, and then you finally ended up setting a lap on the softs. You were P1 in quali. You started first, and then just take us through your race. How was it? And
Um, as we all know, like the King Nate, he like the lobby was glitched because of him, and because of that, after my lap got over, my car like obviously kept on driving, and because of that, I started the race with 26% wear on my softs. So that actually kind of ruined my entire strategy because I was going for the one-stop softs to hards, but my softs couldn't last more than 4 to 5 laps, and if I would pit on lap 4 or 5, the hards wouldn't go to the end. So I decided to go for the two-stop. It did kind of work out, finished P2, which is great. I'm happy with that, and congratulations to Vfix and Jin as well. Great drive from P10, I think, all the way to P1. Yeah, just try to push the second stint as hard as I can, so I could catch up to Vfix and Jin, who obviously had a massive lead on me because obviously they were one pit stop ahead. But it was a clean race by everyone, and I had a great time. Thank you.
thanks, Sumer. You have questions for Sumer, Malav?
No, I think he pretty much summed it all. So congratulations, Sumer, for that P2. Looked like damage limitation, especially in the last stint, because while Shah and I were expecting you to catch up to VFix and Jin pretty soon, I think they both of them had conserved their tires to push right at the end.
And we were working together. I couldn't do much there.
If you see the stream, you will realize that
Yeah,
they weren't
No,
exactly
I know.
working.
Jin didn't make
the
it
last
easy.
two
They
laps,
had to battle
the
it
last
out.
two
Those
laps,
things, yeah.
I saw that. But if
Yeah.
they hadn't battled the last two laps, I wouldn't even have gotten close.
Yeah, Jin, I think that's for sure. Because Jin had the 3 second, and that way we also thought, your P2 was always locked because that 3 second, and you were catching up to him. So
But
I
anyway,
think
yeah,
overall
VFX,
so
you,
close, yeah.
sorry, not so many. You still have a very good, race, and you did get a podium. The gap, as Caesar just mentioned, is 11 points. 3 races to go. How are you feeling about championship chances, and how comfortable are you for the next 3 tracks, which is Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and then the season finale in Imola?
Personally, these 3 tracks are not my strongest, and the way the championship is, it's pretty close. It's not much of a gap. I think it's just 20 points or something, the gap between us. So championship is in anyone's hands right now. So I'm just gonna try put my head down and work for these few tracks.
All right, thank you, Sumer. Congratulations once again. Very well done. Good qualifying from you. Started on pole, and then as you said, the tire wear was, I think, a lot for a lot of drivers who started on the softs. But nevertheless,
That strategy got messed up because of that lobby glitch.
yep.
Yeah.
So-
I think we did have also Charles Leclerc complain about the same at the
In the formation lap,
yeah.
yeah, he did. But either ways, let's move on to Jin. I think he has joined. So Jin, I'm assuming you have joined through your PlayStation. All right. All right, great. So just ensure that your party settings are on.
It
And
always is. I'm a streamer, remember?
yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, Jin. So just talk us through your race. You had a decent qualifying. Started where? P8? P7? Yeah, P7. And just talk us through your race and that mega stint on those softs. What was your tire wear like when you pitted on lap 9?
I was on 73% tire wear when I pit on lap 9. No, because the thing is, I think because of thinking glitching the lobby, I started on, let's say, about 17% tire wear. So yeah, I knew that the job wasn't easy at that point, but I knew that if I wanted to make the soft to medium stint work, then I had to go at least 9 laps on these softs, so I had to risk everything. So after I was lucky enough that till lap 6 I was behind Epic Brothers, who I just kept using DRS on, but never overtaking him, so that I would gain a sizable lead on anyone who was behind me. And then I just had to believe in myself that my tire conservation would be better than anyone in the front pack. So that's how I was able to make the soft to medium work.
Absolutely. And just talk us through, while I think Shab will have probably the same question, just talk us through those final few laps where you did not make it easy at all for VFix, despite having that 3-second time penalty. Just talk us through that battle.
When I got that 3-second time penalty, VFix and I were just talking about how much Sumer was gaining per lap. So initially it was 0.7 seconds. So I was inclined. I thought that if I let VFix go ahead right now, he might be able to charge. But then when the gap started coming down to 0.5 per lap and 0.4 per lap from his side, from Sumer's side, that means that the tires were wearing out. So I was like, let's brave it out, and with 2-3 laps left, maybe then you can try and overtake on me or something. So the lap 24 where Sumer made up a major, that was a little bit of a bot job, because we got our instructions mixed up. He tried to overtake me on that lap, but I just wanted to wait for one more lap so that I could always use a little bit of DRS and try to consolidate my P3, because I had tunnel vision at that point, so beyond P3 I didn't see anything, so I was unsure about how far behind Epic was, and I was like, I need to get this podium no matter what, because I need to make sure that my strategy doesn't backfire on me, so I just had tunnel vision at that point.
Right, but you know what? At one point we were thinking you might get even P2, because Sumer, as you said, the rate at which he was closing down was slowing because of his tire wear or probably other reasons. So
the 3 seconds, which was entirely my fault to begin with. If I hadn't gotten the 3 seconds, I would have fought much harder, VFX much harder on to begin with. But at one point you kind of have to give up your race, because you know that there's nothing you can do, because he's on the more durable compound, and I think he pit after me as well. So no matter what I did, unless there was a miracle of a safety car, which happened last night in LOS in Singapore, unless there was a miracle of a safety car, there was no way I was, going to be able to do another pit stop, gain enough time on everyone. So it kind of like I was kind of boxed in because of it. Ironically, when I wanted to box in all the time.
Right, Shah, any questions for Jen?
No, Jin, I think you've told us everything. But I would want to ask, what race yesterday? What was that race?
It was LOS Singapore. I was commentating. So you can
Who was P4 in that race? I think he drove amazing. I think that guy is insane.
I think he could have been much higher, but he should let go of an assist.
You know how you got you got overtaken by the guy on fresher rubber. That very same thing happened to me from the very same guy yesterday. So you got to keep those fast guys behind until it's possible. But yeah, we are always happy with some points.
Right.
Always,
let's move on to
wait, 1 minute.
yes.
Shout out to all the podium sitters and a big shout out to my teammate Azun for once again getting it in the points. Let's go, Mark.
Yeah. Also at the initial, at the very end of the race, we were also discussing that we've always seen Azun start at the back but still end up being in good points. Today he was running P12 throughout, like P12, 11 throughout,
and then popped up in P7.
Yeah, popped up in P7. So kudos to both of you guys in the Mercedes.
Right, let's move on to VFX then. Shah, why don't you start this time?
Congratulations, VFX.
Thanks, boys.
Yes, yeah, you were the only guy in the top 10 who qualified on the mediums. I'm pretty sure you must have, you would be happy if you started like any further up than P10, but it is what it is. Please just take us through your race. How was it?
Yeah, I mean, I knew from the moment this race started, I knew I had to get it into the. I had to start on mediums because like nobody had any pace on the sauce, but I especially had nothing on the sauce. So the goal was always to put it onto the top 10 or maybe even 11th if like it was good enough. But yeah, good enough quali P10, just bare minimum of my expectations. And then race wise, I knew I just had to keep it clean. I had a few scraps with I am Rahul and TPK at the race start phase, so I just was trying to keep it clean through there. And then once I got into clear air, I think Gupta was behind me on fresh mediums, so I was like, well, he's gonna be better than me because he's on fresh mediums. So I let him pass me and kept taking his DRS, but then he picked really early for some reason for a guy who was on fresh mediums. So that basically, I think Gupta would have won had he not made that strategy error. And then just the hard stint, I was very confident on the hards. From the moment I put on the hard die this weekend, even in practice, I knew that I was going to be on the hards. Just consistency at the end of the day. It was a very boring race from my side, to be honest, but to keep nailing the laps, that was what I had to do, and I did it. So happy. First one with ABS off, and it took 4 races. 5 if you count LOS.
All right. No further questions from me, at least, because I think VFX has summarized it pretty well. Congratulations, VFX. You bring the gap down by a further 7 points. You're just 11 points behind now. I just wanted to have your feelings about the last 3 races in Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Imola. How are you feeling about those tracks?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not even sure whether that Saudi Arabia thing will stick, but if it does, then yeah, I mean, all you can do is do your best every race. And taking ABS off, I never expected to win this season, honestly, because you've seen how bad my race pace was compared to guys like Gupta and Sumer, especially even like 2 weeks ago. So to already win is already an overachievement. If I win the title, then fine. If I don't, then like there's always, as a Ferrari fan, there's always next year.
Yeah, there is. But yeah, it was a pretty good show from you, as Racing Gupta is asking us to end the stream, so we will do that right on cue. So thanks everyone for watching. VFX, any shout outs before we close?
Shout out to the fact that we are now sailing our lead, establishing an even bigger gap in the Constructors' Championship.
Oh,
shout
yes,
out
you
to
are.
Nishan. Shout out to Nishan's college, first of all. That is the biggest shout out I give this week.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for Shah. Thank you to Shah for joining the comms box tonight as always. And we will see you tomorrow in the F2 race. I think it is Imola at 9:45 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So do tune in for that. And also the next weekend we will have races probably in Saudi Arabia on Fridays and Saturdays. So until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye and take care. Good night.
Thank you guys for watching the stream. Bye bye. Stay
night.
safe. Always wear
Good night,
protection. Bye bye.